So Ron DeSantis, he's announced that he's going to run for president. His claims to fame, or his reasons, I guess, for thinking that he's relevant are winning Florida pretty heavily, deep red Florida pretty heavily. I know people still refer to Florida as purple. It hasn't been purple in a while, and it's not purple right now. DeSantis wins it heavily. Like, it was huge. That much is very true. He was also running against another ancient person, you know, maybe not quite Biden's age, but somebody not in touch with the young Democratic voters that if you're smart, you're going to try to tap into. Someone like Buttigieg will tap into them. You know, Biden and this other guy, I don't even remember his name. I don't care what his name was. He's the failed Democratic candidate for Florida governor in 2022. That's his name. Anyway, he wants to run for president. He thinks he's got what it takes, and he's touting his woke war, his war against woke. You know, whether it's Bud Light or if it's Disney or if it's anybody else who he thinks has gone just a little too far about the Jim Crow laws. We can't talk about these things because they make white people feel bad. All right, and we can't make white people feel bad. That's a non-starter. Well, you can make some white people feel bad. If you're gay, if you're trans, oh, you can feel bad. He's fine with that. In fact, he's going all in on against gays, trans, against all LGBTQ folks. You know, this whole woke war against Target right now is because they put a couple rainbows on shirts, man. They're crazy. They're crazy. My kids wore rainbows on their clothes before they ever knew what gay was. Kids love rainbows. What's your problem? It's nuts. It's nuts, and I don't think there's any reason for us to accept it at all. And I don't think it's winnable. Not only does he trail Trump by a ton in the Republican primary, which isn't even really rolling yet, Trump already looks to have it sewn up. No debates, no anything. Like, he could just waltz right in there. And in fact, some of his attack ads on DeSantis are fantastic. In fact, I want to play one of them for you right now.
A pudding when apparently there was no spoon to be found. Take a look.
DeSantis has his dirty fingers all over senior entitlements, like cutting Medicare, slashing Social Security, even raising our retirement age. Tell Ron DeSantis to keep his pudding fingers off our money. Oh, and somebody get this man a spoon.
And then he gave us this one too.
Was struggling big time in his primary race for governor of Florida. Polls revealed DeSantis was failing so bad, he was losing by a staggering 17 points. Then DeSantis was saved by the endorsement of President Trump. Trump's support was so powerful, just 2 days after the endorsement, DeSantis took a commanding lead, and it propelled him to being elected governor.
I'd like to thank our president for standing by me when it wasn't necessarily the smart thing to do.
You're welcome, Ron. Unfortunately, instead of being grateful, DeSantis is now attacking the very man who saved his career. Is that time DeSantis remembers how he got to where he is?
Make America great again. Big league. So good. Build the wall. Then Mr. Trump said, "You're fired." I love that part.
Truth is, there's only one person who can make America great.
Fully beating up DeSantis at his own game. And Trump's even taken on some of those extreme measures and positions against LGBTQ and trans people. I should tell you guys, there are no kids out there being mutilated. It's not a thing. It's just a right-wing talking point, the same way that there's no litter boxes in any schools. There are no self-identifying cats going to school and pooping in litter boxes. Just isn't happening. That's just a fear tactic. They know it sounds stupid, and they know it sounds ridiculous, and they know that you hardcore MAGA Republicans are just going to keep accepting it because you want to. You want to believe that trans people are so crazy. They're so messed up that they need litter boxes. It's just not true. It's just not true. So DeSantis is dead on arrival, in my opinion. I don't think he can catch him. I don't think I want him to. You see, I don't want Trump. I like to think Trump can't win in 2024. Now, that's a lie. It's not. I'm not lying. He can win. Like, I'm wrong when I say I like to believe that he can't win. I definitely think that he can. But what I want to see is, I would rather see a progressive run against Trump, because I think a progressive would show so much better than Biden. You get somebody out there who actually believes what the youth in this country believes, and I think they have a real shot to take this from Trump or DeSantis. But I will say, if DeSantis were your candidate for the general election, I don't know how if he wins, I don't know how we maintain any sort of freedoms in our country. All of a sudden, we're in really bad shape. Our LGBTQs are in really bad shape. Our African-American families are in really bad shape. Obviously, the economy is going to stay in really bad shape because we're just going to keep throwing money at the rich and taking money from the poor. It's opposite of Robin Hood. And I don't think DeSantis can handle a bow very well.